What is going on, Pass Nation? It's your boy Patriots Global here, back with another video, and in this one we're going to be talking a little bit about the trade deadline. As we all know, it's coming up November 3rd, so we're just a few weeks away from the trade deadline finally occurring. What this means is that you're going to be seeing multiple NFL teams looking to potentially trade players, looking to potentially make trades for players, and that is all going to be happening within the span of a couple of weeks. Now, I am kind of surprised it hasn't happened earlier. Now, as days, as weeks of the NFL progress, we're definitely hearing more and more about potential trades, teams willing to trade certain players, and more ultimately about the trade deadline. So more videos like this are definitely going to be coming. I have a video soon coming out about some receivers the Patriots could trade for, ultimately just a few players the Patriots could trade for before the trade deadline. But by the title, you can obviously tell that in this one, we're going to be talking about Quinnen Williams. And if you know who Quinnen Williams is, you know that that's a really intriguing idea that the Jets are willing to trade the former 9th overall pick in the 2019 NFL draft. And so obviously he's still on his rookie deal. So he still has 2 years left on that rookie deal. Plus he'll have a 5th-year option if whatever team is with by then decides to pick it up. So it is intriguing that, look, you've only had a player that went in the top 10, is only in his 2nd year, and you're willing to already trade him. Doesn't make much sense, but when you look at what the Jets are doing, you look at the fact that they have so many holes, and at this point, they're a team that doesn't win football games. Supposedly, they're tanking for Trevor Lawrence. It makes sense that at this point, they're looking to rebuild. They're in a rebuild mode, and if they don't think they're getting enough out of Quinnen Williams, they think they could get something more out of him and potentially make do with the draft capital that they could get in return to help the team out in the long run. Then it makes sense. Now, Quinnen Williams would easily be a great addition, a plug-in day one addition for the New England Patriots on their defensive line. Now, look, the Patriots do need, I think, offensive help. I think an addition of a wide receiver, a tight end would be big. But I think that there's one thing the New England Patriots need to do to bolster that defense that is really getting better week by week and is leading them to be winning games, and that is going to be their defensive line. Now, their defensive line is truly missing something. Whether you want to say defensive end or defensive tackle, you could easily make an argument for both, but whether you're looking at stopping the run, whether you're looking at pass rush, both of those cases are a real issue for the Patriots and their defensive line. I think that if they can figure out those issues, they can solve those issues, potentially add a body like Quinnen Williams. That is the extra missing piece they need to make this defense elite yet again. Now, at a young age of 22, sitting at 6'3", 303 pounds, he is really young to be able to continue to develop, of course, still being on that rookie deal, but also providing a great build, a great body size for no matter where he is on the defensive line because he brings versatility. Now, he is listed as a defensive end, but I've seen him play a lot of defensive tackle. If the Patriots did acquire him, I think that they would play him all around the defensive line, but I think we would mostly see him at defensive tackle precisely because of his build and his ability. Him being able to stop the run, having a big body within the interior of that defensive line, someone to really just pair up with Lawrence Guy, I think is the ultimate move here for the New England Patriots. Again, when we're looking at stopping the run, the New England Patriots are ranked as one of the last. They let Philip Lindsay last week against the Broncos have over a 100-yard rushing game. You can't let that stuff happen. If there's going to be a running back in teams offensively that can run the ball successfully against the New England Patriots, we are going to continue to lose games. Everybody knows that is one of the #1 rules of football. If you can run the game successfully, your chances of winning the game and beating your opponent just skyrocket tremendously. Now, I think one of the things that is so great about Quinnen Williams, and one of the things that I think is a reason why the Patriots should look into this potential trade, is going to be the versatility. Now, I don't mean versatility around the defensive line because we just talked about that, being able to play DE or DT, but the fact that he is not a one-dimensional defensive line player. He is not just a pure guy who's coming in as a big body to fill in gaps, stop the run, or he's not just a guy who's going to come in and be specifically a pass rushing specialist. He's a guy that's able to do both. Because of that, he is going to be an every down defensive lineman. And I really just don't think, essentially, the New England Patriots have that outside of a guy like, let's say, Lawrence Guy. The Patriots really have a bunch of defensive tackles that are either there to fill the gaps and stop the run, or they're as pass rush specialists. if you bring in a guy like Quinnen Williams, right away you have someone who can get to the quarterback and you have someone who can run the ball, which is just tremendous to have on your defensive line in case, let's say, the opposing quarterback has to switch up the cadence. He's switching up the play due to what he's seen from the defense, so he switches it from a pass play to a run play or a run play to a pass play. You have a guy like Quinnen Williams who is on the field and is able to be successful against both. Now, stats-wise for the Jets, so far, he has not put up anything crazy. I think as, the 9th overall pick, a top 10 pick, I think some people expected more out of him. Essentially, I think that's why the Jets are open to potentially trading him. But when you look at what the Patriots have, it's easily an upgrade, and I think that he could continue to get better, especially with a team like the Patriots defense. When you look at the Patriots versus the Jets, you can't make the comparison. I think the Patriots have enough guys to help each other get open versus a team like the Jets who are just full with guys who, let's be honest, can't get to the quarterback. And if you can't have a guy that's getting to the quarterback, you can't have guys besides you helping you get lanes open, then that's going to really get put back on you and kind of dictate how you're playing. So a little bit of stats here. In 2019, that was his rookie year, he appeared in just 13 games. So he didn't even get to appear in a full season. He had 1 pass defended. He had 1 forced fumble, or not forced fumble, he had 1 fumble return, 2.5 sacks, a combined of 28 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and 6 quarterback hits. So clearly there you can see what I'm talking about. And obviously the tape does not fully show his ability at plug in the middle, but you can see that he's able to stop the run and he is obviously able to get pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Now, so far this season, he's performing really well, and that is just in the few games we've played so far. We're not even at the half mark just yet. We are getting very close to the half mark of the NFL season, which just bizarre, but we're not there just yet. And he has already appeared in 6 games in which he has 1 pass defended, 1 forced fumble, 2 sacks, 24 combined tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and 2 quarterback hits. Again, if the Patriots can get him, that is an immediate upgrade, especially because it looks like as each game he plays, he just continues to progress. Now guys, real quick, as we already know, the wait for football is finally over. I know that a lot of people are upset because they feel that they can't get in on any of the NFL action because you can't actually go to a game, but you can still get in with all of the NFL action with BetOnline. Now, BetOnline is going the extra mile to make sure that you get in on everything imaginable for this upcoming season. All the way from game spreads and totals to team, player, and coaching props, BetOnline gives you more options to wager than any place online. Now, you can get in on their season opening bonuses today and start off on wagering to win division and championship futures today. All you got to do is head to BetOnline today and take advantage of all of their great sign-up bonuses. Again, that is BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. Now, we're going to lead into the contract aspect of this a little bit because I think that's a question a lot of people have. Now, clearly the New England Patriots have enough money to bring him on if they want to, but still, because they have the money, doesn't mean they want to go and they want to spend an arm and a leg. So, when Quinnen Williams was drafted, he of course had that 4-year rookie contract. He's making about $32.5 million with around a $21.6 million signing bonuses. Again, any team that is with him will have that 5th-year option. Now, for 2020, he's expected to make a base salary of around $675,000 with a cap hit of around $7 million. 2021, he's expected to have a cap hit of around $850,000 with a cap hit of around $9 million. And in 2022, he's expected to have a base salary of $965,000 with a cap hit of $10 million. So look, the truth be told, he's going to have a little bit of a higher contract even though he's on that rookie contract, because he's a first-round pick. That's the thing about first-round picks, is that they take on a lot of money. The higher draft pick you are, the more money you're going to get. But again, Bill Belichick loves to acquire guys that are on that rookie contract. Now, usually he likes to acquire guys who are on, let's say, the last year or two on it, but at the same time, no one really looks to go ahead and trade a top 10 pick in just the second season that they've played. Now, exactly what would it take in return for the trade? We don't exactly know. I'm not too sure what exactly the Jets would be looking for in return. There is zero way that they get a first-round pick in return for him. I think if they try to get a first-round pick out of him, they're just bizarre. There's no way. The stats he's putting up are good, but they are not first-round pick worthy. A second round, maybe, but I think that might slightly be pushing it. I'm not expecting anything like a 5th round or later. I think that might be a little bit too late, but maybe somewhere between a 3rd and a 4th. possibly a second, but anything more than that is too much. Anything after that, I would be surprised. You also have to look at it in an aspect of the New England Patriots are pretty beat up in that aspect. They have Nick Thurman constantly going from the practice squad to the active roster. That's not a situation you want. You have Lawrence Guy being really your only and, of course, your starting defensive tackle. You have Byron Cowart, who's dealing with an injury. You have Adam Butler, who's dealing with an injury. Actually, Byron Cowart's on the COVID reserve list. It was Adam Butler who's dealing with an injury. And you have Bo Allen still on the injured reserve. So clearly, that is an aspect that the New England Patriots could use help for. And if they can get a guy like Quinnen Williams, I say go for it. But that is going to be it for today's video. What are your guys' thoughts on Quinnen Williams? Would you like to see a trade for him? Would you not like to see a trade for him? Is there someone you would rather see the Patriots make a trade for? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. But like always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.